So how cool is that little clip? That is not something you see every day, ladies and gentlemen. That was a bobcat playing with a mouse for who knows what reason. Now, obviously, bobcats are a very, very prominent apex predator in the woods of Pennsylvania. But to see one playing with its food like that on a snowy trail in daylight is pretty much a once-in-a-lifetime thing. So I am stoked that if for nothing else, you got to see that. Even the apex predators have a playful side. Welcome back to Captain Coleslaw Outdoors with yours truly. And we are in the Allegheny National Forest. So we're on public land right now. And we're actually bordering the Allegheny River, which is right behind us here. And we're on a little walk looking for some public land waterfowl migrating through this area here in late November. Now, we actually hunted this same general area earlier in the year for wood ducks. And you saw my dad and I get it done on those birds in a big way, where we shot a bunch of nice drakes. Well, this is not the same climate. We're in way colder conditions. Snow is starting to fall. It's starting to get uglier, generally speaking, weather-wise. But for a waterfowl perspective, that's what gets them moving from the south and into some of these more southern ranges. But for a waterfowling perspective, it's this cold weather that gets all those geese and ducks from the north and brings them south to us. Now, they're not going to be here long, but they are going to be here somewhere. So I'm trying to figure out if there are some huntable geese and duck that we can set up on tomorrow. But that said, it's a beautiful evening. We got to see that bobcat. And now we're going to try to see if we can't find some geese and duck and kind of analyze why they're here, if they're here. And then we can talk about how we're going to hunt them.
Like most other waterfowl hunts, this morning starts early. And with a nice hearty breakfast, we actually don't have that far to go in order to get set up for today's hunt. Well, we set up our panel blind setup right along a major river system where an island creates a three-way junction between the river itself. We throw out a mass of decoys of all different species, including mallards, Canada geese, and pintails, and hope that the flashes of color and just an array of bird calling sounds from the blind are enough to entice anything that may be flying low to our setup.
That's a big
half a dozen ones.
You got your Drake whistle on you? Play that neep, neep, as loud as you can. Yeah, there's a big Merganser across the river. Oh yeah, one's coming right into us, guys. Coming right in, right in. Get ready, it's coming right in. It's coming right in. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it, shoot it. Now.
Behind it. Way behind it. That was an easy shot.
It came right into that Drake whistle.
Killing Mergansers is already a challenge for they have thick skin and thick feathers for insulation in cold weather. But some high winds, along with a new gun on my end, made killing these Mergansers a little tougher than maybe it needed to be.
Nope, you got it. She's dead. Nah, she's under the water.
You guys suck. Look, you guys suck.
What do you think you're gonna do?
All in all, we started figuring things out as the day went on, and we'll come back to this hunt. First, let me show you what happens when your shooting game is on par and the Mergansers want to decoy as well as ever. Oh yeah. It's 4:30 in the morning. We are continuing the waterfowl action on December 3rd as the migration starts to hit its peak here in western Pennsylvania. We're actually heading out to a public land swamp where we're going to run a super spread of puddle ducks, mallards, pintails, and whatever other kind of floating decoy we got in order to try to shoot migratory ducks. So you've seen the progression of duck hunting here on the channel as the seasonal opportunities bring them. We went from warm backwater coves and beaver ponds where wood ducks reside to colder, windier, nastier weather of the forefront of winter and the end of fall where we shot all those Mergansers. And now we're heading into what I would call true early winter migration. Now we're heading out in the public land, so it is 4:30 right now, and I should get to the parking lot of where we're headed in about 10 minutes. I'll meet my buddy Glenn. You've seen Glenn here on the channel. He's a hoot to hunt with. But him and I are going to take a big old floating canoe. We're putting out as many decoys as we can to look like a migrational push of birds. So if there are any stray birds coming into the area or any loose loners flying around looking for a place to go, we have what we call pulling power at our disposal, where there's just so many birds on the water as decoys that real birds can't resist coming in and checking us out. With the added element of the weather, we got to be extremely careful and extremely safe getting out to our spot, and you'll see at first light why that is. But we also have to make sure that we beat the hunting pressure. So it is Saturday, and it is duck season. It's also deer season still. So there will be rifle hunters on the public land adjacent from us across the lake. So we just need to make sure that we're out there. We have plenty of time to beat any boat traffic, get to where we need to be, get our decoys set up, and otherwise just chill out a little bit before the ducks actually start appearing. Although a different location than our hunt at the camp, a lot of the details of this hunt are the same. High winds, rain, and snow pushing into the area are bringing birds down closer to the water as they try to escape the elements. Glenn and I hide amongst the timber right up against the water with our decoys spread right out in front of us, about 20 yards. Hopefully, any birds that traffic through this area see the mound of decoys we have, regardless of species, and come in to investigate. On public land, we'd be happy with a passing shot on some birds, no matter what species entertains us.
Big old common merg.
Mergansers are, bar none, one of the easiest birds to decoy. And on a day where puddle ducks of other species seem to be slow, the Merganser offers target practice, which is as fun as shooting anything else when the hunting is slow.
Over here, we got 2 and 3 named.
Well, we shot some mergs. Public land didn't totally let us down. Birds moving through. They decoyed great. Got some footage. So hopefully later this winter the duckiness gets better yet. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Till next time. With 3 big Drake Mergansers in hand, public land migration didn't disappoint us. But Mergansers are fairly common. As long as you can shoot straight, you're gonna hit them. And at the camp, we started figuring that out right before the hunt ended for the day.
Don't move. Not too far out.
I got him.
I think we both got him. He's still alive. He's still alive.
I got him.
He's dead now.
I'll go get him. All right, so time for a quick update. It is actually 2 o'clock. My dad and my Uncle Lou headed into camp to warm up a little bit because it is wind chill single digits out here on the river. But the decoy spread has been kind of just thrown together, big pile of birds of all different species that's been working on these common Mergansers, which are migrating through this area, as well as some of the swans and geese and other ducks we've seen. These birds are clearly moving through this area thicker because of this cold front that's pushing them through. So it's crazy to think that, you know, just a few months ago we were hunting wood ducks out here and getting them in the little back coves. But those birds have completely vacated, and a whole new set of birds has moved into the area as the climate has changed. We're actually going to sit through the evening part of today and try to kill a few more birds, hopefully. And if we do, great. And if we don't, well, you've seen how it changed in just the time of the year and that migratory pattern that these birds are on and have been on for as long as they've been a species. You can see how it can lead to success, just in different forms. So, thanks for watching this episode of Coleslaw Outdoors. Like and subscribe. Like